Hey everybody, Substatica here. Welcome back to Virtual Hunter. There hasn't been any updates since the last time, but there has been a revelation about the audio issue I was experiencing last time using a MetaQuest 2 and virtual desktop. So I've changed those settings in Steam VR, and I thought we'd go on another hunt and I'd chill and chat with whoever wants to stop by. So hey, Jose, good to see you again. Jackson, here we are in our wonderful hunting lodge. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio or the video. And we'll just take a second here at the lodge to enjoy the view. And then we'll get kitted up and we'll head out. Hey, Panic, how's it going? Arthur, good to see you. Hope everyone's doing well. What is it, Tuesday? Hopefully the audio issues are all sorted once we get to our hunt location. And that's going to be great because then we can fully enjoy the weather and the ambiance of the woods. Oh, we've got a kitchen here. Can I grab an apple? I doubt it. Anything in the fridge? No, I don't think the fridge opens. Okay, so let's head to the store. Here's all the animals that we can hunt. I thought maybe we'd bring along a varmint rifle this time so we could take pot shots at foxes if we see them, along with the deer hunting. Through here, I think. This lodge is a bit of a maze. No worries, Jose. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so we've got varmint rifle with a scope and then one without. May as well buy this one. I don't think I'm going to take that one. Let's confirm. Okay. That uses 223. Yeah, that's fine. Let's close that. We don't need any of that. This game is Virtual Hunter, so we're going to put our shotgun back on the shelf. Let's buy the upgraded one too. And let's get our varmint rifle and make sure we're loaded up. All right, that looks good. I'll put that over our shoulder. Whoa, chat just got real big. I may have to adjust that. Let me see here. Not sure what happened. Can I get through to that? Okay. May have to just reset this chat window because it went a bit strange there. Yeah, it shouldn't be that wide. Shouldn't be getting cropped. That's no bueno. But here you can see how I use the OVR toolkit to position the chat where I want it, pinned to my wrist like that, but the window's a bit wacky, so I'm probably going to have to switch back to my desktop for a second just to fix that. It's always something, but we're not doing too bad. So I close the settings here. Let me load up our deer rifle here, our 303. That's loaded up. And we'll make sure that our revolver is loaded, which it is, in case we have to deal with any wild boar that come charging at us. And if you'll pardon me for a second while I sit in front of the fire here, I'm just going to jump over to my desktop to see if I can fix the chat window. You may see the Steam pause menu pop up for a little bit here. Okay, I made that window bigger, but I have to select it again. That's never happened. Not sure where that window went just now, but we'll get it back. And then I'll see what all of you are saying again. There we go. So I've picked the window. Now I can actually grab it, and to pin it to my wrist, see this little icon turning green? Once it's green, if I let go, it's pinned to my hand. So then I can grab it and I can move it up like this. Bacon. I was recently at a cottage, and this dog from another cottage kept coming into the yard, and I asked a neighbor, what's with this dog? And he said that someone else who rented the cottage earlier in the year had fed the dog bacon, and that's why the dog keeps coming back. And I thought to myself later, that's why a lot of people keep coming back to cottages. It's for the bacon, because you tend to eat a lot more of it at a cottage or while you're camping or whatnot. All right, so we have our loadout, we have a deer call, we have our wind indicator. So let's head to the room where we choose where to hunt, if I can find it. Not here. We got to go outside and around. Feeding the dog, yeah. That is sus. I would not recommend. Okay, so here are the 3 outposts that we can hunt at. This one's kind of a mountainous region, and then we just have a couple forest, fields, and lake. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Maybe in the long term, this game will come to Quest. I know the developers would like that, but it still has a ways to go on PC VR, and they'd probably run into substantial performance issues on Quest at this point. Okay, so let's head over here. Travel, and then we got a bit of load time to chill and watch the loading screen. It is easy to love bacon, I'll say that. Okay, it's a bit too late in the day here to hunt, so we're going to go in the cabin and we're going to reset the clock. 8 a.m., too late for hunting. We want early. If I can press these buttons. We'll go for, say, 6:30, something like that. Even that's a bit late. What? Door just mysteriously closed behind me. Okay, so now we press this to reload the map at the desired time. And we should be off to the races. So we've got our deer rifle over our right shoulder and our varmint rifle over our left shoulder. So without further ado, let's head out into the early morning. Check our wind. Okay, so we're good to head straight forward. All right. I'm also using a ProTube VR MagTube gun stock with a force tube module. That's a haptic attachment so that if I take a shot, I actually get a haptic kick on my shoulder. It is dark. I'm not going to be spotting much just now, but we'll head to the lake here. And unfortunately, I think the audio issue is still persisting. Thanks, No Chill. Because I'm hearing a bit of digital reverb on the audio. Right? You're hearing that too. So what I'm going to do is just duck out to the desktop again and see if I can tweak the Steam VR settings to alleviate that. And this is a bit of testing for the devs as well. It's fun. It's a chill game. That's why I like to stream this, because I can chat and walk through the forest. Okay, so I just have to jump into the Steam VR settings here and check the audio here. Audio mirroring is off. We are on system defaults. Okay, I'm going to jump back in. Now it's still getting the reverb, so let's try another setting. My apologies. I'm going to switch this to headset and shut that down. And unfortunately, still occurring. So let's just see if there's any other settings I can check here. I don't know if I can reset it somehow. There we go. I don't know what audio mirroring does. We're going to turn it on here and see. Nah, reverb's still there, so I'm going to turn that off. And we are on manual, so that's not sorting it just now. But we're going to go ahead. I do play Ghosts of Tabor. I was playing that last night, and I'm hoping to stream that a bit more now that I am getting used to using it through virtual desktop, because the game uses the left oculus button to get into the menu in Ghosts of Tabor, and that doesn't work through virtual desktop and Steam VR. So what they've done is they've added a long press to the crouch control, which is the left analog stick press. The only problem with that is that I'm used to pressing the left analog stick to sprint. So when I get into combat, I've just been conditioned to press that in and sprint, and that ends up bringing up the menu in raids at really bad times. So I have to get used to preventing myself from doing that, let's say. And the reason I want to use Steam VR... Take it easy, Arthur. The reason I want to use Steam VR and virtual desktop is so I can get this snazzy chat on my wrist. Because the pin chat with AirLink is just not as good. You have to pin it to kind of a static location in the 3D space, which means you're like constantly looking over your shoulder or something to look at the chat. Not seeing anything. Steam VR just is an app that you can install once you've installed Steam, and that is basically Steam's way of launching VR games for PC VR. Is there something down there? Nope. Man, I was really hoping the audio issue was fixed. It's that setting I tried. The devs were able to repro the issue, and that setting sorted it out for them. So a bit of back to the drawing board, but no chill. Hey, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Do I use my link cable? No, you would end up using... It's kind of a complex question. You could use virtual desktop, which doesn't require a cable. If you use a link cable, you don't really need SteamVR because you're just going to be using Oculus's software. You probably can use SteamVR with a link cable, but SteamVR is not a requirement for anything really other than something like the OVR toolkit to get this chat on your wrist. I'm not seeing anything. Hey, St. Jimmy, haven't bagged anything tonight. PSVR 2 versus Quest, they're really, different beasts. The cable of the PSVR 2 is really a negative for me. And you're looking at, if you have a PS5, then PSVR 2 is a very good value proposition. If you don't have a PS5, then it's a hard sell because you're looking at close to a grand to get the PS5 and the PSVR 2. For some people, the cable's not a big deal because they play seated or they generally don't move a lot. I almost always play standing and I turn in room scale, unless it's something like a driving simulator or a flight simulator where, you're expected to be seated, or something like Moss, which again, you're expected to be seated for the most part. And turning with the analog stick with the smooth turn is just not as nice as being able to turn in room scale and look around, which is what I'm doing here, and I do most of the time. So for that, the PSVR 2, doesn't stack up to the Quest for me. I mean, with the Quest, if you have a PC, you have access to all the PC VR. Now, all that being said, the quality of games you're going to get on the PSVR 2, some of them will reach a quality bar that the Quest just can't reach. And maybe the Quest 3 will. And then the PSVR 2 has things like trigger haptics, which is, you feel resistance on the trigger, and that's configurable. And it has headset haptics, so you get vibrations in the headset. It's got, better contrast, and it's got eye tracking. So it's a pretty difficult comparison. But like I said, if you have a PS5 already, or you expect that you'll play a lot of flat screen PS5 games, then you'll get your value out of the console as well as the headset. One thing that not a lot of creators have been pointing out, which I've noticed, is that PSVR games seem to be a little pricier. So there's that as well. Ooh, is that lightning? Let's just hang out here for a second. Still not seeing any movement. No, Virtual Hunter is not free. If you already have a Quest, then PSVR 2 is an even harder sell because a lot of the games they're pushing on PSVR 2, are already available on Quest or PC VR, certainly. So having to buy a game a second time to play on another console, that's rough. For people in the industry and creators, I mean, you're not necessarily purchasing each game, you're getting review keys for promotions. And if you are purchasing games, then in some cases it can be written off as a business expense. So it's not the same calculation as if you're just gaming for leisure and you have to decide whether to buy a game a second time on a different platform. Nice landscape here, but no animals. Oh, Bacon's back. Oh, thanks for that, Jimmy. Cheers. Coffee makes my world go round. I had gone a short distance along a path to opening a coffee shop years and years back. It was going to be kind of a chess and backgammon themed coffee shop. And while I was on that path, I learned all about roasting coffee beans and all that jazz. Which is quite a relaxing pastime. You get some nice smells out of it. Got to work your brain, figure out all the proper temperature curves and that sort of thing. Use your senses. Nothing still. Okay. Wind direction's still good. Maybe it's just the footsteps. I'm not really hearing the digital reverb on other sound effects just now. But it seems harder to hear on lower frequency sounds. Maybe higher frequency as well. But somewhere in the middle. Can't see anything over there looking into the sun. It depended on the beans for the second crack. I didn't go too far after the second crack, if I ever did. I think usually I'd wait till just the second crack starts rolling. But, you know, my roasting setup was not high end or anything like that, so I really had to keep an eye on it and kind of go by what was happening that I could see and smell and hear for each roast. If I tried to go by, you know, some standard formula that I'd used in the past, things wouldn't turn out. The second crack, exciting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I started with just a stovetop popcorn popper and roasted that way. And if you've done that sort of thing, yeah, it's very hands-on and it's kind of magical. the stages that the beans go through and how the smell changes. Oh, we got something. Two females. Three, looks like little group of fallow deer. We could take a shot from here. Let's see who's in the lead there. I think maybe we didn't see the first one. Is that me? That was loud. Let's get out of that. Still not seeing any antlers. Let's try to cut them off over here. I think we're fine for wind direction. Shoot. There's got to be a virtual coffee shop already for doing latte art and that sort of thing. I think that's actually a male in the lead. I don't know if I saw that one before. They haven't spotted me yet. Definitely a male in the lead. Let's see if I can get a shot. Oh, a slight change of direction. They're not running or anything like that. I'll try to get them coming down this hill. Let's get just a bit lower. Definitely hit that lead deer, and pretty sure that went through at least one lung. Is he still in that pack? That looks like him there. So he's still kicking. I'm confident, though. I would call that high confidence shot. So I'm not going to try to put a second one into him. We'll just go and check the blood pool from the shot. A face reveal. Maybe eventually. I have no plans of it currently. All right, so I'm seeing 3 of the deer over there making their way across the hill. So I think the one we shot must have dropped. Might even be able to see it right there. Is that it? That could be a rock, or it could be our deer. I see blood. No, that's not the blood pool. That is some flowers. There's the blood pool. Okay, so now we've spooked those females. They're running off. What do we got here? Vital. Perfect. So vital means it hit a vital organ and the animal should expire relatively quickly. So I've activated that blood pool, which means the tracks for that particular animal will be highlighted in blue. Same with the blood trail. So we just have to follow those. Thanks for stopping by, Arthur. Get some good sleep. Question is that him up there or is that a rock? We shall soon find out. Oh, the females are still running around in a panic. Got to get your sleep for school, Jose. Thanks for hanging out on a Tuesday. All right, let's sling the rifle. Can I deactivate it? That's going to ask for the harvest. That's already activated. Shiny. So, we've got to claim him. So yeah, hit just nicked the lung there and hit the liver. So that's actually pretty lucky. Kind of an odd upwards angle. I wasn't expecting that. I guess he was a bit high on the hill. I was hoping for through both lungs. Pretty far from the heart there. I waited a bit too long. You know, if you try to aim for the heart directly, you have a good chance of missing the lungs and the heart, where lung, it's not going to drop right away, but pretty quickly, just over the hill here. Eat him. No, the echo with the steps is a bug I'm trying to sort out with the dev. I was hoping it was sorted. We tried a fix today, but the fix did not work. So I can pull up the menu maybe and try the sound effects setting here. Sometimes this resets. Oh, I thought it was solved there for a second. The first step didn't do it, but then it did afterwards. So we've got one deer that we've harvested. Let's check our wind direction again. So we're good to go this direction. Let's continue on. Take it easy, Jackson. The idea, you know, having venison in the game sounds good. I mean, it sounds tasty, but I'm not sure how much value that would add to the game if you could, you know, butcher the animal as well as taxidermize and then sit at a table in the lodge and have your venison dinner. Whoa. There is... Okay, that was probably a gut shot. Okay, let's put a little sprint on. See if we can get another shot. Whoa, they are pretty far off already. He did not react to that. Bad angle now. Didn't seem like he reacted to that either. That, I'm pretty sure got him, but he's still running. We did hit. I'm seeing the blood here. But flesh wounds, they can go for quite a distance. Yeah, see, bleed rate low means not a very impactful shot. Just trying to activate the trail. Hopefully we'll see a larger bleed rate up here from our subsequent shots. Yeah, the dev's great. He's active on Discord. If you join the Discord, I think it's linked in the description. You can come have a chat. He's very open to bug reports and suggestions and all that jazz. Non-vital. So that's actually a good sign, even though it doesn't sound like it. Non-vital means the animal will expire. It's just going to take longer than if it was a vital hit, or a hit to a vital organ, I should say. Bleed rate medium. Another flesh wound. So really bad shots on this deer. Whole bunch of flesh wounds, which, you know, in real life, you'd never want to take those sorts of shots. But also in real life, you'd never have deer running past you like that. I don't think you'd want it either. I could have gone to the sidearm, but blasting deer with a .45 revolver. The smartphone thing? You mean this little tracker? Yeah, I can move it around. I always leave it there for some reason, but you can actually put it into other slots. Like I could put it on my other wrist, and if I didn't have these items that I do, I could probably put it in one of those slots. And there is a backpack, but I've never found that I need the backpack. And if you have the backpack, your weapon has to be in a different spot, has to be on a backpack slot, and then it's harder to switch between weapons if you want to, say, grab your shotgun instead of your rifle. Okay, just following the blood trail now. That's one of the things the game could work on is, you know, the animals doing bizarre stuff like that, like running by you. Here they come again. We'll let them pass. But not seeing their stag friend. So he's probably down over here somewhere. I mean, if he comes running by, we might blast him with the .45 now, just to have mercy on him. Okay. Did he go off in a different direction? Because I'm seeing tracks down here. Is that him there? Or another one? I can't get a bead. My angle's wrong. That is a big animal. I don't think that's the one we hit. But now I kind of want to. That looks like a trophy. Certainly in deer country here. Let's see if we can get up the hill here and take a shot. Even though it's kind of bad faith. They're obviously a little glitched here. Whoa, he is booking out. If he turns and we get over this hill, We may have a shot still. But we're still going to have to go back and look to see what happened with that other stag, if it's not the same one. Okay. Where are they at? I'm not seeing them. If they went this way, we got a chance. If they went that way, not so much. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there's a female there. We are going to run out of shots here. Those are a little off to the side. This is going to be a long shot. Lost him in the foliage now. Okay. This is getting a bit ridiculous. That one's coming back. We'll go look over that hill in a second. The import codes, I make the import codes. I don't find them. I craft them by hand. So what I want to do now is look to see if it's a blood trail heading where that buck was running, because that means it's the one that we shot previously. But I'm not seeing any tracks. Here's some, but that's the female. How do you create an import code? Well, it's the basic process is to generate a chapter 1 save, load that up in chapter 1 and export it. But I've spent a lot of time working with the save files, so I'm able to edit them, basically mod the save files using a combination of some software that's publicly available, some software that I've written just for that purpose, and just manually hex editing the save files. And once I've edited the save file to include items or changes that I want, then I load it up into chapter 1 and I export it, and that sends it to Skydance Interactive System, and they give me back an import code. I find it very bizarre that I have not found the male print, unless it's the one up here. We'll just have a look. So there's the male, and it's heading that way. So I think this is the same one. Medium. Actually, it can't be the same one because it's not blue. So that was a different male. So we got to go find this one, and then we'll go see if we actually hit that one on the hill. So if you can imagine, the save file contains things like what items are in the slots on the bus in The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 1. Now, those items are represented by an ID, or what's called a GUID, a GUID, which is a string of numbers and alpha characters that the game knows to translate into the item. And so by looking through the Chapter 2 code, some of the decompiled or extracted code for the game, I can find the IDs, the GUIDs that represent Chapter 2 items. And then I can go into the Chapter 1 save file and add those IDs for Chapter 2 items. And that's how I'm able to insert items from Chapter 2 into Chapter 1 save files, load them up into Chapter 1, export them to get a save code. All right. Hey Ridley, how's it going? Hey, that vibe guy. Good to see you. Man, this blood trail's getting a bit confusing. Okay, going up here. Okay, still a few more puddles. Shouldn't be too much further, hopefully. Bleed rate was medium. My day was pretty good. Early in the morning, I had fun with some Ghosts of Tabor, which I was playing last night as well, except I forgot to hit the record button, which is always fun. I had 3 modestly successful raids. If you just stopped in, we put, I think, 3 shots into this deer that we are tracking, and then we took some shots at another one as it ran by us. So I'm just trying to track this one down, and then we got to go see if we actually hit the other one. Trying to keep a mental map of where that was, which was behind us on a far hill. Man, I'm not seeing this deer on the ground anywhere though, so it could still be a while. Now it seems like they turned. Nope, he's still going this way. C2 almost beat. What's that all about? Okay. I'm going to put a little sprint on. So I'm not stalking anything right now. We're just following tracks. And someone asked, there isn't any stamina in this game, so you can just sprint forever, I'm pretty sure. Whoa. Hogs. Hogs. Look at them hogs. That hog's looking at me. What are you looking at, hog? Hog down. Well, speaking of bacon. Okay. First one was a flesh wound. Look at that. Just missed everything. Second one was a flesh wound. Just how did I get that angle? Must have been from the other side. And then 3 flesh wounds. Okay. Easy pickings on a hog. Let's get back to tracking our deer. We'll just... I don't want to dump out all those rounds. Can I take them out? Not sure how to get those rounds to drop out, because now what, 3 of them are just empty shells. Okay. Where is our blue track? Oh man, hopefully we're still tracking. I think we should be, even though we harvested that boar, but I'm not seeing our male tracks. So when this happens, we got to back up to the last track that we had and go from there. Okay. That, I think, said female. Female. Okay, here is our male heading this way. Well, all we can do is head this way. Okay, there's another track. Just adjusting my headset. So our male is heading this way. They can turn randomly, so I mean, where is the next track? I mean, theoretically, he should stay with the female, but that's not a guarantee. I see more tracks over here, but they're not blue. Oh, now it's starting to rain. That's the female, but the male seems to have disappeared. Like, we got to go back to the last track again. Oh, I see blue over here. Okay, we're back in business. We're going to need to see another blood pool, though, the blood trail, because if the blood trail stopped, then there's no guarantee that the deer is going to go down. I don't know why it would have stopped, because we did hit non-vital. But I haven't seen a puddle of blood in a while. Okay, more tracks over here. Don't delete the stream. So he's at a run. Oh, is that a... It's the audio that's been making me make the streams private or delete them, because it's not a good representation of the game. It doesn't occur for most players. And so I generally don't want viewers finding the streams and thinking that, you know, that's what the game is, that it has this weird audio distortion. Or that, you know, my videos in general or my streams have audio distortion. It's just kind of an anomaly. I may have to give up on this deer. It's no longer bleeding, it would seem. And we've walked a long way, and we gotta walk all the way back to see if we hit that other deer. Okay, you know, it's pooping, aged, finely aged. I mean, if we crest one of these hills and see the deer just chilling, I mean, maybe I should take this back out. Is that him over there? That is a deer's behind. It's wagging its tail at me. I've walked all the way to the next cabin. Okay, let's just get a bit of a better angle here. Are you kidding me? It seems to be turning with me. Don't make me shoot you in the behind. Oh Lord, here we go again. What are we at here? That's what I thought. I don't think I've ever expended this many rounds in a session. Oh no, I just took my scope off. That's always good for accuracy. Okay. So, was that our boy? Show me some blue. Not seeing any tracks just yet. It's down here somewhere. Okay. All right. We got him bleeding again with a tiny flesh wound, already active. I'm going to take this back out, get into our stock, because now if I see him again, we'll just blaze away. Take it easy, Jose. Get a good night's sleep for school. Hey Pepper, this is Virtual Hunter, available on Steam. I think it may technically still be in early access. Hey look, there's some pheasants. We don't have a shotgun with us though. We'll just let them go. I'm gonna get you. I could just pop it with a rifle, but that seems evil. Oh, taking off. I don't know why they didn't take off sooner. Where is our... Oh, there's tracks in the air from where it flew away. That's kind of funny. Where is our deer tracks, though? There's something down there. I don't know if it's a blood pool. We need to find the blue tracks again. There. Okay, he's getting a little confused. Heading up this way. Heading back. To the cabin, just to tempt us. Wouldn't it be great if the deer just collapsed right by the cabin? I'm not seeing any more blood pools though, which means he's probably not bleeding anymore, which means he's just going to keep running. Yeah, he is running. Not seeing tracks. I'm not sure I could find that other hill that I took a shot at that other deer at now. It's so far away. Although if I traveled to that cabin, okay, here's the track. So where does he go from here? It's heading this direction, but it's not any of these tracks. So I see something over there? No. So let's just keep heading the direction that the deer was heading, which was up here. And see if we get another track. No, I'm not seeing anything. That's something in the distance there. No. It is frustrating when the tracks just seem to end. The deer doubles back, or it's just a really long way to the next track. And you have to just go in circles until you find it. Okay, so we checked that direction. The only direction we haven't really checked is if it cut right past the cabin, which is basically a U-turn from its last track here. So this is the last track we know of. And I think we're skunked on this deer because I am not finding the next track. Well, what we'll do, since I'm not seeing any blood pools either, is I think we can travel to the outpost over there and we will retrace our steps and see if we hit that other deer on the hill, because I think starting from the other cabin I'll be able to retrace my steps. What was that? I heard something. But this trail is cold and seemed to be a flesh wound anyways. Okay, so we're going to travel back here and then I think it's like up there. To be honest, I'm not sure if this type of traveling maintains, you know, the animals. It didn't seem to reload the map, so hopefully that's a teleport, meaning that everything should stay intact as far as animals and trails and such. So we had moved along the water there, made our way over some hills this way. If I lose this one too, it's going to be a little depressing, but we did harvest a deer really early, and we got a wild boar, so we can have some wild boar bacon. So the hunt is not a loss, but we did invest a lot of time into tracking that stag, although this one seemed a lot bigger, so maybe we'll get a trophy out of it. Now, I know that the tracks do disappear over time. It's never really been an issue, but it's rare that I spend so much time tracking one animal and then have to go back and track another. Okay, we were heading along the water here. As I recall, we brought our varmint rifle, but we haven't seen any varmints. Ain't that just like them? Okay, we're not looking to take any more shots, really. Unless we see that big stag again, and it really looks like the one we already shot. But if that animal was going to expire, it would have done so already. So it should be down, or we just didn't hit it well enough. All right, what did we do here? I have a feeling we were working on those hills over there. Pretty sure I'll recognize the kind of big ravine that we turned back and shot across. Yeah, that's not steep enough. So I think it's that one there that we were shooting across, which means this hill right in front of us is where that big stag was when we took a couple shots. But we may not find tracks, we may not find the blood pool, may not find anything at this point. But at least we checked, and that's what counts. If you're going to take the shot, you need to go check it out and harvest the animal if possible. Okay, so if I just cross through here, I should find some tracks, because they came up this hill. I'm just not sure exactly how far in they came up. Okay, that's wild boar again. Up there. We'll just get our revolver because they can charge you and injure you. Okay. There's fallow deer. I don't think it was a fallow deer. Seemed very large. Very big. Okay. Are these the boar tracks? No. Okay. That's a male going the wrong direction for the one that we shot at. It was around here, though. Okay, that's fallow deer. Look at that. We've got a blood pool. Bleed rate is low. Okay. Looks like we hit over there, but a low bleed rate means that the deer is probably not going to expire. But let's see if we can find the blood pool from the hit, because that should tell us what type of hit it was. I did take more shots with it cresting the hill there. So it was a flesh wound, which means that that animal, unless we find another blood pool from a hit, that animal is not going to expire. Not going down. Eventually this bleed will stop and the animal will be fine. Okay, so that's a second hit, a second flesh wound. That ups the chances of the animal dying, but still, I think a low chance. And it depends on the bleed rate here. Still low. So let's follow it for a bit. So there's 3 hits. Is that him right there? Still running around? We just spooked him, but maybe he'll come this way. I don't think I have time to track again, but did you come through this way? Where did he go? He turned? He is coming this way. But why am I not able to get on target here? There. Okay, that was a good hit. And I'm not seeing him running, so hopefully he went right down right there. It looks like it, and he is blue, which means he is the one we were tracking that we'd hit with flesh wounds earlier. Trying to get low. There we go. Quite a set of antlers there. Okay. So, all flesh wounds, but they added up. Trophy type antlers, silver trophy. So, first shot. Yep, that was from across the hill. Second shot, in the leg. That's a terrible shot. That was a good shot across the hill, but it just didn't penetrate far enough. Angle was pretty good. I mean, would have been a gut shot potentially into the spine if it kept going. And then that's the one we just took here that put him right down through both lungs, through both shoulder blades. No, stopped in the second lung. All right, taxidermize, accept. And let's head back to the lodge after a long day. Well, this has been Virtual Hunter, available on Steam. If you haven't already, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Also, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video or of the game. If you have any suggestions, it's still in early access. So the dev is watching videos, reading comments, and making adjustments. I'm not seeing my deer from today unless the date is off. But we'll go ahead and taxidermize them and mount them somewhere. But that'll be for next time. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you then.